When a girl isn't replying to your messages, or if you asked her to hang out and she's not getting back to you, or maybe a woman has just pulled back her interest and her attention and there's just something different and you start freaking out inside, how do you handle when a woman's ignoring you? What can you do that she'll never expect? That's what I'm gonna cover in this video. Hi, I'm Bobby Rio, and we've all been there, staring at our phone, that anxious feeling, wondering why she still hasn't texted us back. And it can be paralyzing where nothing else seems to matter except waiting for her reply. And then, if you're like I was, you start analyzing what's going on, what could have happened, what changed. And there's almost this feeling of, I've got to reach out to her. If only I can get her on the phone, or I can get her to meet in person, I can recreate that spark, I can get her interested again. Have you ever had that feeling like she's slipping away and you have to do something quick? Now, I work with guys all the time, and it's in this moment that the neediness and desperation takes over, and they send the double text, just making sure you got my last message. Or they just can't help asking her if they did something wrong or what happened, or sometimes they decide that a confession of feelings or a gift or flowers will somehow make it all right. Now, if you've done any of these things, you know they never ever work. But for a lot of guys, this uncertainty around waiting for her to reply or wondering if it's over or why she's ignoring them triggers them to start acting needy. It triggers an underlying desperation in them. And neediness, desperation, they're two of the most unattractive traits that you can display. And here's the thing, there's nothing you can do from a place of neediness or a place of desperation that will ever get a woman back. I call it being in emotional quicksand, and you're gonna mess up. So what's the antidote? Here it is. You wanna react in the complete opposite way. And when a woman ignores you or withholds her attention from you, instead of it being a trigger for your unattractive behavior or triggering your unattractive traits to rear their ugly head, you wanna make a shift and use it to remind you of the most attractive trait you can display to any woman, and that trait is autonomy. Autonomy means you're self-governing, you're independent, you're on your own path, right? You're not controlled by her, you're not controlled by anyone. Your happiness doesn't rely on a girl's opinion or her approval of you. You've got a destination that you're heading towards, and a woman's opinion of you or her reaction to you cannot change your path. It can't prevent you from going where you're going. Autonomy is the definition of confidence, because you know you'll be okay no matter what. This is the attitude that we should be continually striving for. Not just because it makes us more attractive to women, but because it will take us further in life than any other attitude. Now, when I work with a client, he tells me, I want to be autonomous. He's working on it. He gets the concept. But really, the only way that we can practice being autonomous is when we're placed in a situation that tests us. It's cruelly ironic, but it's true. Here's a fact of life. We need to be tested for our true characteristics to come out. It's easy to be confident and autonomous and non-needy when things are going well, right? This is why I tell clients a lot of times, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, a woman will test a man by pulling back to see how he responds. Does he turn into a little butthurt wuss when she ignores him for a day? Does he turn into another ass-kissing nice guy, right? These are the things she's looking for, and the only way that she knows if a guy really is autonomous, if he really is confident, that he's portraying himself to be, is to test him. Here's a valuable mindset that you want to be aware of. So there's a book called Anti-Fragile by Nassim Taleb, who's sort of a philosopher on randomness and probability and uncertainty. And the big premise of the book is fragile items break under stress, anti-fragile items get better and stronger from it. And that the most successful people, businesses, the most successful anything are things that are anti-fragile. Things that thrive on disorder, stress, and chaos. So what does this concept of anti-fragile have to do with you? Here's what it means. Here's how it relates to dealing with a woman who's ignoring you or a woman who's pulling away. You want to use this stress that she's causing you, this uncertainty and chaos that you're feeling, and you want to use it to make yourself stronger and more attractive. Instead of the stress of waiting for her to reach out to you, triggering your neediness and your desperation, use it to trigger autonomy. Use it as a reminder to get back on your path, to do something that moves you towards your bigger goal in life. And don't just be reminded of it, do something that makes you stronger, moves you forward. Take a risk with another girl. Take a chance. Turn to another woman you see and start a random conversation. And remind yourself that if it doesn't work out with her, if it doesn't work out with any of these girls, there are a million other women out there. There are a million women in the world. Or you can do something like listen to a podcast that teaches you something that you can use to move forward in life. You can read a book. You can practice another language. You can learn something new. You can do anything to reaffirm your autonomy. Does that make sense? Now, you might say, how will this get her back, right? How will she even know that I'm doing these things? Wait for it. It doesn't matter. Autonomy isn't about doing these things for her. If you're only doing it for her, she is controlling you. And that means you're not autonomous. And you'll probably never get her anyway, right? You do it for you. Now, a side effect is that it naturally makes you more attractive to girls. I don't know how, but women have this sixth sense that tells them how needy you are or how upset you were when she didn't call. On the other hand, it also tells them how it didn't affect you at all. I promise you that she knows. Now, you might say, well, what if I want a second chance with her? What if I don't want to just give up? First off, you're not giving up, right? I'm not telling you to give up. You're doing something attractive, which is also preventing you, and this is really important, from doing something unattractive, like texting her something that's going to make you cringe later when you read what you sent her. So you'll be in a much better spot with her no matter what. Now, on my channel, I've got a lot of videos that talk about how to re-engage a girl who's gone cold. I've also got a quiz where if you answer 7 questions, you'll know how likely you are to turn things around with her, right? It'll also give you a custom plan to fix things. There's a link to that quiz right below, and it will reveal any nice guy mistakes that you might be making without even realizing it. But this video isn't about that. This video is about how to use a woman ignoring you or causing you stress and turn it into a trigger to make you more attractive, to make you more autonomous. Now, if you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe. I've got a ton of videos explaining how to win her back, and leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see me cover next.